Ever wondered why hamburgers made from beef are named after ham? Well, they aren't. The story of the hamburger is a surprising one, steeped in history and etymology, and it has nothing to do with ham. Instead, it involves a city in Germany renowned for its sublime beef. Yes, you guessed it, we're talking about Hamburg. Hamburg, dating back to the early 17th century, wasn't just a city, it was an identity. If you hailed from Hamburg, you were a hamburger. But the city's claim to fame wasn't just its citizens, it was also its beef. Hamburg beef, according to Andrew F. Smith's book Hamburger: A Global History, was an esteemed gourmet food in the 19th century, savored by the affluent classes. Now, one popular method to prepare this deluxe Hamburg beef was to chop it, season it, and shape it into patties. However, this fresh Hamburg beef had to be used immediately. This wasn't practical for the Epicureans spread across Europe and North America who wanted to enjoy it, so they improvised, using non-Hamburg beef to make these Hamburg-style patties. By the late 19th century, these patties were fondly referred to as Hamburg steaks or hamburger steaks. The journey from a hamburger steak to the modern hamburger sandwich is a bit of a mystery. Several American cooks claim to have been the first to place a hamburger steak between slices of bread, but it's also entirely possible that no single person can take the credit. Hamburger steaks were often served with bread, so it seems only natural that someone, or even several someones, would have the bright idea to combine the two into a portable meal. By the early 20th century, the term hamburger had shortened from hamburger steak and started to signify the sandwich we know and love today. So it turns out the ham in hamburger has nothing to do with ham, but everything to do with Hamburg, Germany. The story of the hamburger is a delightful tale of culinary evolution, from gourmet patties in a German city to a beloved sandwich enjoyed worldwide. The journey of the hamburger from a steak to a sandwich is quite an interesting one. As we delve deeper into the evolution of the hamburger, we come across the intriguing mystery of who first decided to nestle a hamburger steak within the comforting embrace of bread, thereby giving birth to the modern hamburger. This transformation is steeped in ambiguity, with various American cooks claiming this ingenious innovation. The hamburger steak, a dish frequently served with bread, was a culinary favorite in the late 19th century. It's quite plausible that the idea to combine these familiar elements into a portable meal was not a eureka moment for a single individual, but rather a collective culinary evolution. The convenience of a handheld meal was too tempting to resist, and thus the hamburger steak sandwich was born. This sandwich variant of the humble hamburger started gaining popularity in the early 20th century. Over time, the term hamburger, originally a short form of hamburger steak, became synonymous with this delicious handheld delight. Imagine a name once referring to a person from the German city of Hamburg, now universally recognized as a juicy, mouth-watering sandwich. However, the linguistic journey of the hamburger didn't stop there. By the 1930s, Americans had started affectionately calling hamburgers burgers. After all, it's quite an anomaly that a food item named hamburger doesn't contain any ham, but instead features a completely different meat. This renaming also allowed for the term burger to become a flexible root word, adaptable to various culinary creations. The cheeseburger made its written debut around the same period, and the veggie burger followed suit in the 1940s. So the evolution of the hamburger from a gourmet chopped meat dish to a fast food staple is a tale of innovation, linguistic evolution, and gastronomic delight. The transition from hamburger steak to hamburger sandwich was not a straightforward one, but it sure was a delicious one. The hamburger's name has undergone quite a transformation over the years. The term hamburger was further shortened to burger as early as the 1930s in America. It's not hard to see why. Hamburger can be a misleading name for something that doesn't contain any ham. This rebracketing also allowed for the creation of new words like cheeseburger and veg burger, expanding the culinary lexicon and our appetites. This process of rebracketing isn't unique to hamburgers. Take the word helicopter, for instance. Originally from the French helicopter, formed from the Greek helix, meaning spiral, and pteron, meaning wing, we've rebracketed it into heli and copter. This has also allowed copter to become a root word for similar flying machines like the gyrocopter. So the hamburger's name has gone through quite a journey, much like the dish itself, from Hamburg to burger, a tale of delicious evolution.